Before I start this review, I want to give a big happy birthday to my favorite actor of all time, Ewan McGregor. Happy birthday, my man. And yeah, this review is basically dedicated to him, since because this is my favorite movie of all time from my all-time favorite actor. So that basically kind of covers the basis, but I want to show some respect for the Scottish actor himself. But anyways, here we go. Hey there guys, how are you, and welcome back to my channel. I thank you all so much for stopping by here. Hope you guys enjoy your stay. And yeah guys, I'm also sorry for not uploading for the past week because I've been very busy lately. Like, I've been really busy that I haven't had time to make any new reviews for you guys. So, but now that I'm currently on spring break from school, I think this weekend will probably be a good time for me to catch up on some movies that I want to talk about. But since today is Ewan McGregor's birthday, as I said in the beginning, I'm going to talk about my favorite film from his, and not just my favorite film of his career, but also my favorite film of all time, which is Trainspotting. Which this film was directed by Danny Boyle, written by John Hodge, and it stars the likes of Ewan McGregor, Jonny Lee Miller, Robert Carlyle, Ewan Bremner, Kevin McKidd, and actually is the feature film debut for Kelly Macdonald. This movie tells the story of Mark Renton, who is a heroin addict in the Edinburgh drug scene. As he tries to clean up and get out of the scene, it's going to be hard for him because of his 4 addicting friends that are also part of the scene. Yeah, so like I said before, this is my favorite movie of all time. And the first time I watched this film, I really enjoyed it. There were a couple of things that I probably would have switched up if I had my way on it before. Which I first saw this film on Netflix when it was actually on Netflix back in late 2019. And I really liked it, but just something about the film's subject matter just like kept drawing me back to it. Like, I love films like about drug addiction, even though there are a lot of people say you can never watch those like more than once. But for me, with films like Trainspotting, I can rewatch the film and just not get bored of it and like still be like so immersed into the subject matter. But I don't know, there's probably some kind of deeper meaning there, but this is just coming from me personally, like someone who has had Trainspotting just like grow on them for like only like a few weeks until it actually became my favorite movie of all time. And it stayed like that for over a year now, and that's kind of hard actually. That's actually kind of hard to do, for a film to actually stay as my favorite movie for over a year. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like, man. But I just cannot stop thinking about this film's subject matter. Like, it influences me. Like, it wants me to persuade people to watch these kind of movies that like they're currently like taking drugs, smoking, or vaping. Any of those kind of people, I would like influence to watch the film, because it would want to make them stop doing those kind of make them stop doing drugs. Because when you really think about it, films like this, Requiem for a Dream, and The Basketball Diaries, all 3 of those films basically depict dangers of drug addiction and honestly what drugs can do to you to possibly ruin your life. And that's something that's been growing on me ever since I first watched the film, and ever since I first watched Requiem for a Dream. And fun fact, I actually watched Requiem for a Dream before I watched this film. Like, I watched Requiem for a Dream like a couple of days before I actually watched Trainspotting for the first time back in 2019, because a friend of mine actually talked to me about it, so I really wanted to check it out. And I did, and holy God, I need to watch that movie again at some point. But like I said, I honestly love films about drug addiction because I don't know, they just really want me to persuade people to stop doing that kind of stuff. But here, let's get on the huge pro side. We're going to talk about some of these performances. First off, let's talk about this performance by Robert Carlyle as Begbie, who basically plays a more vulgar and Scottish version of the Incredible Hulk. Basically, I don't want to make this guy angry, but it's hard not to. And there have been times where I really wanted to punch this dude in the face. And it makes me think to myself, like, why do these guys have him in the friend group? Because he's basically a jerk. But yeah, Robert Carlyle was fantastic in the film as Begbie. I think he was the perfect person to play that role, in my opinion. Some of you may say otherwise, but this is just my opinion, of course. Jonny Lee Miller as Sick Boy, or Simon is his real name. Fantastic. Ewan Bremner as Spud. Amazing. Kevin McKidd as Tommy was fantastic. Kelly Macdonald, who played as Diane, the love interest of our main character. Phenomenal. But of course, the person who we're mainly focused on here, because today is his birthday, is Ewan McGregor as Mark Renton. This was his career-defining performance, even though people would say that Obi-Wan Kenobi and for the Star Wars prequels was more of his career-defining performance because it was a lot more iconic character, but I disagree. Mark Renton of Trainspotting was honestly his career-defining performance, and the Academy paid no attention to his performance. They still gave, like, the Best Adapted Screenplay Oscar. They still got a nomination for that for this movie. But no Oscar nomination for these performances. And not even for Danny Boyle's direction. I am very upset about that. This is one of those films that I'm very upset at did not get enough Oscar nominations, because it's one of those films that really deserves your attention. And not only that, it really makes you think about, like, why people do drugs, like, and also, like, why addiction is not great, like, for people's health, you know? But my God, guys, I could talk about this movie for like 10 hours, but I'm going to keep this review spoiler free because I want you guys to all experience Trainspotting. And just, now, I'm just going to get this out of the way. This film is not always going to be that rewatchable for a lot of people. But I always see myself watching this film, like, maybe like a few times a year. That's the way I see myself with this movie. Just like watching it like a few times a year. Anyways, yeah, guys, you all have to experience Trainspotting. It is the greatest film to ever be made. And you all, like I said, please just watch this film. Like, what the heck are you waiting for? I'm going to give Trainspotting an A+. Yeah, now despite all the praise that I gave this movie is not going to be for everybody. Because of this film's subject matter about drug addiction, it's not going to be for everybody. But if you like films that take on this kind of subject matter, just check it out. I mean, like I said, you all need to experience this movie. Like, it's one of those films that cannot be missed. Like, this is honestly one of the most overlooked, probably the most overlooked film of all time, because this film really flew under a lot of people's radars back when it came out in '96. And well, it still was one of the more talked about films back in like '96 when this film first came out. But nowadays, nobody talks about it anymore. Like, nobody ever talks about it anymore. And that's really disappointing. So you guys need to check this movie out. And I also am planning on reviewing the sequel pretty soon, T2 Trainspotting, which I have up here on Blu-ray. If you guys saw my Blu-ray collection, you would have seen that I had it. But this is just my opinion, though. What do you guys think of Trainspotting? Do you guys agree with me? Do you not? Do you guys love it more than I do? I would like to hear all those thoughts and then some. Message me on Instagram or Snapchat. I'll put my accounts down below in the description so you guys can message me for that. And if you guys enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up. And also, if you guys are new here and you want to keep talking about movies with me, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. And also click on the bell icon and click on all so you can get notified of every single video I upload here on the channel. You guys are seriously awesome. Thank you all so much for watching this video. And thank you all so much for your continued support of the channel so far. We are close to 50 subscribers. When we get to 50 subscribers, I will have a very special video for you guys. So look out for that coming up very, very soon. Once again, you guys are the best. Once again, thank you all for watching, and make sure to subscribe.